welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the number one question which we get from our US resident clients. Is there or your 25% PCLS amount tax-free in the United States? Is it or not? So this is a rather complicated topic, and if you go and Google this online, you will find a number of financial advisory websites which are saying to you the US government must honour the 25% tax-free which the UK government has promised you on your pension pot at your retirement date. So let's break this down and have a little bit of a think about this. Number one, does that financial advisor have a vested interest in telling you exactly what you want to hear so that you think, great, I'm going to have my tax-free amount, I'm going to go ahead with my transfer, and obviously they're going to make money from it? Does a conflict of interest exist there? I'll let you decide that. Secondly, what do you think from the US government's perspective? Why would they allow UK or foreign nationals residing in the United States to have a better deal than their own US citizens who have been contributing to the US pension scheme for 10, 20 years? Again, I'll let you reflect on that. And finally, what is your opinion of the IRS? How easy do you find them to deal with? And what would be your opinion on their outlook of this type of tax-free amount to come from your pension pot? Okay, so little few things to think about there. And at Cameron James, we spent a lot of time discussing this with our clients, and it's very important to caveat out, we are not US tax advisors. We're not even UK tax advisors. We do have people in the team who are UK qualified as tax advisors, but we don't give tax advice. We always tell our clients to seek independent tax advice. However, on this US perspective, we advise our clients to begin from the stance which they assume that it will not be tax-free. Now, a lot of people, if you've ever read the UK-US double taxation agreement, which unfortunately I've had the pleasure of reading on numerous occasions, in the blog article, I'll be going into more details, so you don't need to worry about everything I say right now. You can read everything below, but there's a lot of things which stipulate why it would be free, why you would be able to get it, etc., etc. However, right underneath that, there's a new addition to it, and it's on Article 1.4, which basically goes on to say that any contracting state may tax its residents and citizens as if the convention had not come into effect. So basically what this means is you read the whole thing, and then there's one caveat statement at the bottom which says US states can tax people however they wish, as if this convention had never come into place. So effectively, that does not leave you on a very strong footing to say that you need to have the 25% tax-free. So what I would advise you, as I just mentioned, is to start off from the assumption that it will not be tax-free. If you can work with a tax advisor in the United States who can give you advice otherwise, or can find a way to complete forms for you, etc., etc., and they feel confident about it, that's up to you and your tax advisor in the United States who you've probably been working with for some time, because as you know, tax in the United States is super complicated. However, at this point now in time, I see a lot of clients go down this rabbit hole of US tax and they never come out again. They talk to me and say, Dominic, I want to transfer my pension. And I say, okay, great. They say, I want to take my 25% tax-free amount. I'm always honest with people and I say, you are aware that it's not black and white. It's a bit grey, that area at the moment, and you maybe need to research it. They say, no, I read online that it's tax-free and the UK government must honour it. We say that's not our opinion. We're not tax advisors, but we would advise you to do more research on this area. They then kind of disappear. Their CTV value is close to expiry, and we say to them, your CTV is currently a record high. We've got governments keeping artificially low interest rates, which affects gilt rates. There's effectively been no better time to complete a DB pension transfer. However, their CTV expires because they're still trying to understand this US perspective. Even when they talk to US tax advisors, they get 2 or 3 conflicting pieces of advice and they get a little bit lost on it. I understand if you're doing a pension transfer, you'd rather know right from day one exactly what is going to happen at age 55 that you could access your international SIP, or age 57 from 2028. However, my advice to clients would be, whether you're in a defined contribution scheme or a defined benefit scheme in the UK, by transferring that to an international SIP, or if you're a US resident, which obviously you must be, then there's no difference between you being in the UK scheme and transferring to an international SIP. This question of the 25% tax will be relevant to all 3 of those pensions. There's no difference between them. As such, you may as well consolidate yourself into an international SIP while you still have the option to. As I've mentioned many times on this channel, final salary pension transfers are becoming more and more difficult every month. The options are getting more and more reduced due to PI insurance completely going through the roof in the United Kingdom. In 5 years' time, I would probably say that DB pension transfers will not be possible. The UK government is making it more and more difficult to protect people from transferring away pensions that might not be in their best interest. So my advice to you would be, it's a very important topic. Discuss it with your US tax advisor. We're even happy to join a three-way call with your US tax advisor, but don't let it stop you taking advantage of record high transfer values at the moment. Otherwise, you may find that you may solve your question on the tax, but it might be irrelevant because you won't be able to transfer to an international SIP anyway. So that would be my advice on this topic. As mentioned, there's an entire blog below which goes into this in much more detail, giving reference and links to the UK US DTA, so you can read it for yourself in black and white online. You can send it to your tax advisor, but effectively, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch or leave some comments below. You can also book into my diary via my calendar link to have a one-on-one appointment, or you can head over to the website to leave your inquiry. Guys, thank you for joining today and look forward to speaking with you soon. And if you have any other topics you want to discuss or for me to cover, feel free to let me know. Thank you and bye-bye.